Okay, what's good, everyone? It's Nigel here, Trinidad Empowerment Network. So for months, I've been telling you, there is more chance of me traveling to Mars on a donkey than the Petrotrin refinery reopening. If you go back to all of my previous videos, that still remains the case. And once again, the latest report proves exactly that. There is more chance of Nigel traveling to space on a donkey than Petrotrin being reopened. So the Pointe-a-Pierre refinery closed in 2018. Most of you would know that. And there is still no closer to reopening, despite what the government have to say every election cycle. A 12-member refinery restart committee headed by former Energy Minister Kevin Ramnarine was set up in July. And their job was to deliver a strategy in 4 months. Well, when asked recently about progress, the response was just 2 words, really. Not yet. Not yet. So let's be clear, this refinery has been sitting idle for approximately 7 years. The oil field workers, the trade union, tried and failed multiple times to buy it. Patriotic Energies made their last unsuccessful bid back in 2021, I recall. Earlier this year, a Nigerian company called Owando, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, was named as the preferred bidder. But that deal was put on hold after the elections. So right now, there's no clear plan. There is no timeline. And there is certainly no investors stepping up to foot the bill. The astronomical bill that it's going to cost to revive that company, more than the country's GDP. And here's the truth. No politicians want to admit the cost to restart the refinery runs into, well, more than what the yearly GDP is of Trinidad and Tobago. So Trinidad simply doesn't have the money. That's the long and short of it. We do not have the money, and the politicians know this. And no serious investor wants to sink billions into a refinery when the global energy market is moving away from oil. The global energy market, remember, is also moving slightly away from oil. So the bigger picture is this. In a fast-moving world, we cannot keep clinging to outdated dreams of oil refining. We've seen the damage fossil fuels have caused right here in the Caribbean. We've seen the oil spills. We've seen the killing of marine lives. We've seen the floodings that's happened across the world. We've seen the earthquakes. We've seen a rise in sea levels. And these multinational oil companies get away with it because of weak regulations and poor accountability, especially in our region, especially in places like the Caribbean, and especially in places like Africa. They get away with it. It wouldn't happen in Western or in Europe, in the Western world. It would be fined relentlessly, but they get away with it because our regulations are tamed by comparison to what it is in the West. So the refinery, to me, is a distraction, a political tool rolled out every election cycle to buy your vote. Nothing more. Nothing more. So now, let me show you the kind of mindset that has been, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, that has been keeping Trinidad poor for decades. Someone commented on my last video saying, We need oil companies more than they need us. We need oil companies more than they need us. They also went on to say that the oil will just stay under the sea. None of them will agree to a fair deal. So let me break this down, this mindset. Let me break this down for you. That way of thinking is exactly why we keep signing contracts where the oil giants take billions and Trinidad is left with scraps. Please like and subscribe to Trinidad Empowerment Network. Like and subscribe, please. Now, here's the truth. Oil companies need us more than we need them. That's a fact. Without our oil and gas, without our natural resources, they have nothing to drill, nothing to refine, and nothing to sell. That should be quite obvious. They are not here out of kindness. They are here in Trinidad, in places in the Caribbean, in Guyana, in Grenada. They are here because the profit margins are astronomical. The profit margins are astronomical. Secondly, the oil under the sea is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't go off. It doesn't spoil. It doesn't go rotten. Norway, as an example, waited until it had the right legal and financial framework before touching its natural resources, before touching its oil. And today, Norway have one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world. Trinidad, on the other hand, has been rushing into bad deals after bad deals after bad deals because our leaders put quick money. Our leaders put quick money and corruption above long-term benefit like Norway did. I believe we first discovered oil in 1908. I believe Norway discovered oil around 1969. And thirdly, if we keep believing that we are powerless when Exxon Mobil and every other oil giant will continue to take advantage of us. It's not about whether the oil gets drilled tomorrow. It's not about whether the oil gets drilled tomorrow. It's about making sure that when it is drilled, Trinidad and Tobago actually benefits the most from its natural resources. So no. We do not need them more than they need us. That's the lie we've been sold for decades. The truth is, they need our oil. And unless we change our mindset, our children, our grandchildren will still be asking, why is Trinidad so rich in resources, but so poor in reality? So moving forward, I'd finish by saying this. If we are serious about securing Trinidad and the larger Caribbean's future, the answer isn't throwing money at dead refineries. I believe, personally, the future is solar and wind energy. The answer is investing in solar and wind energy. We live in a region biased with sunlight and steady wind. Renewable energy isn't just a cleaner source of energy. It creates jobs. It lowers long-term energy cost, and it makes us less dependent on foreign oil markets. on foreign oil companies, on Shell, on BP, on Exxon, on Perenco. The world is changing. Oil is the past. Oil will become the past. Renewables are the future. Trinidad and the Caribbean must decide, are we going to keep chasing empty promises about Petrotrin, which is never going to be reopened, or are we going to step into the future and build real energy independence through solar and wind? Like and subscribe to this network. So remember this. Remember this. The next time politicians promise to reopen Petrotrin, especially around election time, remember it's not going to happen. And if you haven't heard that before, you've heard it here first. It's not going to happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. The refinery is dead. The future lies in renewables. And the sooner we accept that, the better chance we have of protecting our environment, our economy, and the next generation. And that's my take on Petrotrin, the refinery that's never going to reopen, and the nonsense peddled to you by our governments, past and present. It's over. Accept it. Move on. Let's go into what's available to us, what's new. Barbados, Mia Mottley, is well ahead of the game with this, by the way. She is well ahead of the game with this. Anyway, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. I read all of your comments. So please continue to like, subscribe, and let's keep building this network. Let's get to 10K. Let's get to 10K. I'll see you guys on my next video. For now, much love. God bless. Take care. Peace.